Hey everybody, sorry I'm 2 minutes late. Didn't mean to be, just that's life happens. And I was 2 minutes late, according to my clock anyway. So I welcome everybody and their loved ones from the other side. And ignore whatever the clock behind me says because it's obviously doesn't have a working battery in it. So we are just simply waiting for a few people to actually show up. I am shuffling. Ooh, hey Christine. Hi Timothy. Time warp. Yeah. How is everybody this evening? I hope everybody is well. Della and I are fine after the brick. My pinky suffered a slight, indistinguishable little laceration when the glass flew towards us, but we are fine. That was the only injury we had. The glass dude has been here today, replaced the glass already, and we're good to go. So the windshield did its job and protected us from mayhem and death, because that was, it embedded into the windshield about a half an inch. So it was, if Della hadn't had a really good windshield, one or more of us would be dead about now, because we were going, I was driving, and I'm a lead foot, so I wasn't going 20 miles an hour. I was probably, well, we were on 90, so I was going probably 70, 60. But we're all fine. I'm sorry about the shaky. The camera stand is at the moment attached to the table, and the table has a wobble. Sorry. I need to fix the wobble so that I can lean on the table without doing that. So sorry. Hi Kim, how are you? Yes, thank you Christine. Della and I are glad we're okay too. Sorry, I was just trying to read. So I've got my pencil and I've got paper. So if everybody who wants a reading, tell me now. And as people come on, they can let me know. And if you want to try and get in touch with a loved one, I need to know their name and when they died. That would be very helpful. Kim, is that you with a picture of a dog instead of your lovely face? Yep, it is, isn't it? Oh, look. I brought reading glasses. Not that I can actually see. My computer and I were fighting today over... That was Harvey. Over... being able to see. I couldn't get it at the right thing, so I know I'm going to probably need trifocals. I need to stop touching this table. Well, Phoebe is a lovely little girl. Christine, her dad died in 2004. Does Dad have a name, Christine, or do I just call him Christine's dad? Kim's mom's name I already know. Your dad's name I don't remember, sorry. Oh, that might help me to not lean on the table. So if you want us to read a reading, just say reading and Walt. Thank you. I'm sorry, my brain just went. I do apologize, Christine. Apparently there is. Yeah, I'm sure. When you said your dad's name was Walt, my first thing went DeWalt and tools. I have no idea. Okay, I have you down for a reading, Christina. Excuse me. I forgot to bring anything to drink with me. Oh, well. Thank you, Sarah, for clarifying that. Hi, Mary Pat. How are you? Is there anybody else so far? I think that's all we've got. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So does anybody have any questions for me? Questions about what I do, how I do it. Questions like, oh, what is the meaning of life? Those kinds of questions. Hi, Mary. How are you? Okay, so that's why Dad. Oh, okay. Please tell me he used DeWalt tools. Sorry, it was just, there's apparently a joy guide here or somebody who likes to cut up. Ooh, we just had a whole lot of viewers. Hey, thank you, whoever you are. How do spirits contact me? I have no idea. Yeah, so much for asking questions, right? So what happens is I simply open up my third eye, open up my crown, open up my consciousness. Uh-oh. I'm sorry to hear that, Mary. And so when spirit is around, or if they can hear me, that's why I asked for a name, so that I can call their name. So when they hear me call their name, they can choose to come close or not. They don't always. Sometimes they've crossed over and no one ever sees them or hears from them again. Sometimes they hang around for a few years until they decide to reincarnate. So it's like they either hear me and they come, or one of my guides says, you have a viewer who wants to ask that question, and they go get them. There you have it. That's all I know. I hope that answered your question. Whoever it was that asked that. Thank you, Christine. I hope that answered your question. And I'm sorry, Mary, that you have been in and out of the hospital since April, but I'm glad you're better. Why didn't you tell somebody? Well, it's not like we could come and visit, but we would have phoned you. Sarah. Wants to talk with Arthur. Crabtree. Senior. I'm assuming Junior is still here. I can tell you right now, Christine, Dorothy said don't bother me. Katina, Mom's cousin Stephanie Creed, passed away today. I send my condolences. Okay, I think that is a good start. Christine, you did not ask for a reading. Did you want a reading too? No, Christine, she's not upset. She just says, I have other things to do. Don't bother me. And she's literally going like that, you know, like when you're pushing somebody away energetically. And I know I kind of went on a turn, but your mom just sort of like popped right up. So Kim is we're going to start with Kim's mom, Miss Frida. Miss Frida, are you or even your husband Dale handy to talk with Kim? If I'm silent, it's because I'm trying to listen. I get the impression that they've been around, just sort of hanging out and watching, but nothing specific. Which that means they obviously like you, because they wouldn't be hanging around if they didn't like you. We know your mother loved you very much. It's almost like she's not ready to completely cross over just yet. And so Mr. Dale is still hanging out with her. They're like partying, having a good time at your house. So if you hear some strange things in the middle of the night, don't worry, it's your mom and dad. Christine, is Christine's dad, Walt, hanging around anywhere? Okay. What wedding? Please, did she get married? I mean, what's her name? You know, your daughter, Mariah. Did she get married? Anyway, let me go. All right. I'm talking with Dad, well, Christine's dad, Walt, and I doodled an anchor for you, Christine. So apparently, something about an anchor, but I don't think it's sailing kind of anchoring. I think it's like he's anchored in you, his daughter, or you're anchored in him. And I'm hearing kind of like, she could talk to me more often. So there you go. I hope that makes sense to you, Christine. Not Stephanie. Hey, Birdie. I don't think I said hello to you. Oh, were they at the wedding? What wedding? I will not answer questions about Trish Wolf. Because Della and I and another friend of ours are doing some rituals for her, trying to get her to healing, and she has been sequestered away by Lord Raphael. So those are the only questions I will answer about Trish. Mariah's wedding, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm still looking at. Okay, I got Casey and Grandma Alice, Tina Flippin, Winfred, Mariah's wedding, Mary Pat. Who died August 4th last week? Oh, August 4th, she did. I didn't know when she died, but the memorial service is on the 20th. That's because, Birdie, you did not get a notification because you withdrew from the group. If you want me to include you in the group, but you withdrew for some reason or another. Well, hey, Kimberly, how are you? And yes, I am well. I hope the same for you too. Okay, so I left off at, okay. I left off at Katina, who wanted to know if Stephanie Creed was, um, uh, hi, Yolanda. Yes, Bertie, I got you on the list. Um, Stephanie said she's flying. I'm not sure what that means, but to me, flying is a happy thing. She's enjoying some freedom that she didn't have before. So, she's just happy and doing her thing. You didn't what, Bertie? I'm sorry. I'm losing track of conversation. I do have you down for on the... Oh, really? Oh, you didn't think... Okay. I will go back and add you because literally it said you withdrew from the group. So I wonder if you've been hacked. So change your passcode. Stephanie, do you have something that you can add to that? A message? She said, I'll see you at Christmas. It's not too long from now, so I hope that makes sense because Christmas may have been a special time for her. And Sarah, I hope that makes sense, Katina. And Sarah would like to know if Arthur Crabtree Sr. is hanging around, who just shoved his way to the front of the line. No, Kimberly, I do mini tarot. Of course, what I'm doing now with contacting loved ones is, hi, Michelle, is a psychic medium type of stuff, getting in touch with the loved ones from the other side who have passed on. The last half hour of the show, I will do mini tarot readings. So if you want me to put you on the list, I'd love to read for you. It's like, okay, when Arthur came in, he sort of like barged. It was his turn, but he still kind of like barged in between a couple of other people, and he put his hands on the table like this and leaned forward and went, I'm here. Keep touching the table. Oh, okay, cool. I've got you on the list, Kimberly. I hope that makes sense. And he's like, he's here, he's been here. He might be the reason you found that property. So actually, why don't you try, sure, Michelle, why don't you try going into some meditation and talking with him? Because I think he's got some sound business advice for you. I hope that helps. I hope you understand. And Casey would like to talk with Grandma Alice, who was sleeping on your floor last night. I gotta stop touching the table. Grandma Alice was with you and is with you a lot. She says you know how to talk with her. Sorry, my cat made a noise. Casey, something you were doing last night that Grandma Alice particularly was like proud of you for. Sure, Mary. I don't know what that was. She just said She was sleeping on your floor. She's camping out. So there you go. Tina, I hope that makes sense. If not, you can always ask a deeper question or whatever. Tina would like to know if her husband Winfred is around and has a he said he loves you very much. He misses you. He misses being able to hold your hand. I hope that makes sense. So probably a lot of the times you might feel like there's something brushing against your skin. That's probably Winfred. Did anybody have another? I'm sorry, sometimes I'm just touched and the emotions run a little high. Did anybody else have anyone on the other side they wanted to Kim wants to know if her I knew what her name was. My long-term memory is good. It's my short-term memory that's shot. I didn't know Bonnie had passed. No, she's not. I'm not sensing. Oh, okay, I remember who Taylor is. Hold on, Kimberly. Okay. It's not that she doesn't want to be around, but there were other stuff. I know you do, Tina. There were why can't I talk? Okay, it's probably Bonnie's fault that I can't talk. Okay, so okay. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff going on in here right now. What I'm getting is that she can't talk. That might be why I was coughing, is that she can't talk about it, Kim. Is it still bothers her? If that makes sense. I hope it does. So it's not that she's not around, it's just she can't come forward. And Kimberly would like to know if Taylor is handy and could come and speak with her mom. The sense that I'm getting is that it's been so long, she's actually incarnated again. She's no longer available because she has come back already. I hope that makes sense. So it's not like she doesn't want to, she's just no longer on the other side. And I'm sorry, I'm trying very hard to listen. Somebody, it's not Taylor, but there is somebody else who says Taylor still loves her mom, even on that she's incarnated, that she may well have incarnated into somebody else in the family, if that makes any sense. So she may have come back to you in some way, shape, or form. I hope that makes sense, Kimberly. And you can always message me if you need something a little bit more than that, because I think you do. And maybe a little bit longer sessions focusing just on you, if you don't mind. And Michelle, does your dad approve? He said that's not like he has much choice, but he's a nice guy. In other words, your dad doesn't have as much choice whether you should like him or not, because it's not about him, it's about you and whomever you're dating. He said, but he's a nice guy. So he doesn't disapprove, but it's one of those no one's ever good enough for my daughter things. Take that for what it's worth. And hold on, guys. My finger gets in the way of camera. I'm sorry. I'm checking the time. And then I'm assuming your name is pronounced Safina. Wants to know if Samuel has any information about his death. Cool. He said, yes, it was my fault. Don't worry about it. It wasn't that he was trying to get killed, but he was I want to say he was under the influence of something and he was mouthing off to them, and he was taunting them. So while obviously he didn't deserve, to be killed, he also understands that he played a huge role in that. Hey, Jordan. I hope that makes sense to you. He's remorseful, I want to say Samuel is remorseful, but he is accepting his death. He's accepting it. Yes, he knew it was coming, but at the time, he was not behaving properly either. He says, and he knows that. Oh, I got a heart. Somebody loves me. He already knows that, Safina. He already knows that you love him and miss him, because he misses you too, because obviously he still hasn't crossed over. Just yet. So he might be hanging around the family for a while, but he's got a lot of lessons to learn before he can come back. I'm shaking the table again, aren't I? I hope that makes sense to you. And Michelle, we're going to get back to Michelle, to how her father died. I'm not getting any physical sensations, so he doesn't, it says to me, he doesn't know how he died. He just woke up over there and sort of had to figure it out on his own. As far as suffering, probably not, or he'd remember how he died. So it was probably quite sudden, if that makes any sense. I hope. But he's like, no, I don't feel anything wrong. He didn't feel anything wrong, so that's why he was surprised he woke up on the other side. And I hope that makes sense. He knows that, Safina. He knows that, or you wouldn't have bothered. Okay, so if no one has another relative, I will, considering it's like close to 8 o'clock, I will start out on mini readings. And our first one is Katina, because she spoke up first. Katina, you have the, excuse me, Queen of Pentacles, which is about stepping into your authority to have whatever it is you want. You make it harder than it has to be, they're telling me. And you also have the Three of Cups, which is to make sure that you celebrate your family, all of your family, all of your family, I'm hearing. Don't leave anybody out. Because there is much to celebrate right now. The Ace of Swords comes up, which is about a new journey, a new possibility, a new leg on your path, but it's going to involve, or necessarily have to involve, cutting away things that you don't want to cut away. But if you don't work on that getting rid of, I certainly will, Sathina. If you don't start cutting away some of that anger, anxiety, stress, nothing else is going to matter in the end. I hope that makes sense. Sarah, you are up next. Can we blame the windshield on Sarah? Because I was coming from her house. I think we should. Sarah, you also have the Three of Cups, which is about celebrating in your case, it's about celebrating the girlfriends, celebrating your female friendships. Then we have you're putting some handcuffs on yourself. You're not letting go of the things that hold you back. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is about the Queen of Wands. It's probably backwards, sorry. I don't yet know how to do that part. I'm still not overly tech savvy. The Queen of Wands is, see her little black cat right here? It's about creating magic, which you already know how to do because you taught me how to do it. It just hasn't worked for me yet. I'm working on it. She taught me some new affirmations to say. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Sarah. Casey? Okay, I just heard, and Grandma Alice, this reading is for both of you. Casey, you have the Page of Wands, which is usually someone who is knows how to work magic, knows how to be creative, knows it's a fire element, and it goes with that beautiful red hair of yours. And sorry, my knee was starting to suffer. And it's about listening to spirit and staying true to your path. Your second one is the Three of Swords, which is, it's time for healing. It's time for you to change, and time to get that healing process going. And then we have finally the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, Swords. The Knight of Swords. So go get them. The swords are about mental acuity and the mental process. And so we know you have a very sharp mind because you're 17. And you can go, you just have to know what you want and go get it. I hope that makes sense. So next up is Mary Pat. Let me shuffle. Sorry, we have Della and a dog running around in the kitchen. So, Mary Pat, this is for you. We have the Three of Coins, which is about mastery, attaining mastery, having reached a certain level of skill and success in your life, that so much so that people seek you out for it. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. You need to get that plan together and start working it, because the plan's not going to work if you don't work it. All the plans in the world are wonderful, Mary Pat, but you got to work it. So whatever, sorry, oh, that was my back. So whatever it is you've been planning on, you might as well just go ahead and move on it, because you have the Knight of Cups, which is, one will bring you monetary satisfaction. The other will bring you emotional satisfaction. So whatever it is you're doing, do more of it. Whatever it is that you seem to be stalling on, stop. Move forward with whatever it is you're doing, because your skill level either is or will be considerable. And because it was a Pentacles, I'm going to say that it has to do with business. This next one is for Christine. Christine, stop being a hermit. Get out of your cave. This is the Hermit. This is the Eight of Wands, which is about messages coming in fast and furious, resources coming in. Everything you need is coming in. Ideas, creativity. But you got to get out of your cave to go get it, apparently. And then we have the Nine of Wands. So you have a lot of, in the Wands, well, you have two. In a 3-card reading, that's a lot. There's about, you don't have to stay on guard anymore. You really don't. You just have to move forward with your plans, knowing Spirit, the universe, will support you no matter what you do. And don't let up on that attorney. Okay, this next one is for Birdie. Birdie, you have the Four of Coins. The Four of Coins is about, it's having a little trouble focusing. The Four of Coins is about, there's a fine line between saving for a rainy day and hoarding. They want you to be careful what you hold on to. And so here we have the Three of Cups for you also. Celebrating your girlfriends. I mean, it can be family, but usually this is about girlfriends. Good friends, not you know them from a couple of weeks ago or you knew them back in high school. These are the ones that support you all the time. Don't forget to celebrate them, be with them. Good times are to be had. You just have to look for it. You also got the Three of Coins, which is also about mastery. So what have you, let's see. Mastery and being able to reap benefits from what you know. I love you too, Christine. So Birdie, being this is an unusual combination. Cord just went flying. In that it's hanging on to stuff, but being careful what you hang on to. It's about celebrating with your friends, and you see all of them there together, and working on that higher level of accomplishment, I want to say. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's not supposed to make sense to me. Okay, Yolanda is next. Okay, Yolanda, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new beginnings. New beginnings in probably work or something you do to make money. Yes, Katina, I did yours first. No, I don't know what the cards were. You'll have to go back when the video finishes and take a look because I don't remember. So, Yolanda, sorry. Yolanda, this is your welcome, Birdie. Spirit is giving you good fortune. Spirit is giving you a brand new path. The question is, are you able to listen? Because this is the Death card. It does not mean death. It means transformation. It means moving from one state of being to another, like you're graduating school, going to get a job, like you're getting a job promotion, you're getting a new car, you're getting a new house, you're meditating every day and you're becoming a new person. But it's something where you're transformed. You're not just changing. Change can always be you can change your mind and go backwards. Transformation is one way and one way only. So this is one of those things where you become a totally different person. And your last one is the Ace of Swords. So cut away, Yolanda, what you, in this process of changing and becoming something different or someone different, they're asking you to cut away that stuff that you no longer need. You got two aces there. Okay, when I see two aces, that means there's probably, something brand new coming. Let's see, it is a sword and money. So you're gonna have to, you're maybe getting a new job or a new source of income. Sounds good to me. Charlie, you're never too late. I got you on the list. So I hope that makes sense to you, Yolanda. And it might be something where you need to pay attention over the next couple of weeks because it might be very subtle and you don't want to miss it. No, Tina, I did not. So I will put you on the list if I ever stop moving this table. So this one is for Kimberly. Kimberly, we have strength for you. We have all the strength in the world. Notice there's an infinity sign above her head. Your strength is infinite and it comes from an infinite source. You have the ability to overcome anything. And the Devil card is about temptations and struggle and challenges and conflict. It's Do you have the strength to overcome? You have the strength to overcome whatever seemingly insurmountable or huge mountainous challenges. They're nothing in the end, because your last card is the Knight of Swords, which is about cutting away what you don't need or what's in your way and going for it. Going for it with gusto. Don't hesitate to go for what it is you want or what it is you need. Just remember that it may seem insurmountable, but it's not. You've got the strength to do anything you want. And I know that you're a go-getter, so I hope that makes sense, especially if there are any challenges that you have right now that you're not necessarily seeing. So be on the lookout and know that you're stronger than the challenge. You're stronger than the temptation. You're stronger than anything else out there. Some cards just fell out for Michelle. Ouch. I will put those back in though. Yeah, they're telling me to put them back in. Let me continue shuffling. I'm working on it, Michelle. Okay, Michelle, for you, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about nurturing and making sure that everybody in the family is taken care of, making sure that the kids got picked up from soccer practice and the cookies are in the oven. So it's about nurturing and making sure everybody knows their place and knows they're loved. So I'm thinking there's somebody right now that doesn't necessarily know that from you. So we also have the Seven of Coins or the Seven of Pentacles. Coins of Pentacles are the same thing. You're welcome, Yolanda. This is about having the patience to see it through. There's stuff in the works. Do you have the patience for it, though? This is the Four of... I have absolutely no idea. I'll get to that message when I'm all done. If I just stop knocking the table. This is the Four of Coins, which is about saving for a rainy day. It's about not holding on to grudges. I don't know why I want to say that. It's about choosing what's valuable and what isn't. So I hope, Michelle, that makes sense for you. The next one is for Mary. Dear sweet Mary. I think Mary was one of the first people I've met, kind of, when I came to San Antonio. Mary, the first card for you is the Star, which is about making sure that you're staying in balance, making sure you're nurturing all parts of you, your spiritual parts and your physical parts. So rest when you need to rest, because you too have strength. Whenever I see the strength card come up, I'm like, oh no, what's ahead that you're going to need all that strength for? But you have the strength to overcome whatever it is you need to overcome. Because that is the Ten of Cups. That is about ultimate joy and happiness. It couldn't get much better if you tried. But you have to remember to have the strength to hold on to it, to hold on to this happiness. And you need to make sure you nurture yourself so you can have the happiness. I hope that makes sense. Because, Mary, I would like to ask you, is your ex-husband still here? Me and this table. I'm thinking that's why I had it anchored to a chair. This next one is for Charlie. You're welcome, Mary. Charlie. This is the, oh, I pulled them both up together. This is the Three of Wands, which is the Three of Wands is about taking your business elsewhere. It's about looking further ahead into the future. It's about, did you get that job offer yet? I'm telling you. I've been telling you all summer. Then there's the King of Wands, which is, see that little salamander down there? Salamander is a little fire creature who can come through any old thing and survive quite beautifully. But with the Eight of Swords, you are tying your own hands, sweetheart. You're not seeing all the possibilities that you actually have. Me and this table, I swear to God. I hope, Charlie, that makes sense. You're not seeing everything, and I'm really still thinking there's another job out there, for a better job than the one you have now, because something happened this past couple of weeks, did it not? To make you question who your friends are at work. So this next one is for Tina. If there's anybody who wanted a reading that I have missed, I'm sorry. Put your name down now. When it's just me, there's a lot to keep track of. And we know I can't read, so. I have a tendency to transpose words or not see a critical word in front of something important, and I totally misread the sentence. We know I can't do that. Tina, we have the star. I sense a theme going here tonight. You have the star also, which is about staying connected to spirit, nurturing that connection through meditation or through prayer, in some meaningful way that connects you with your guides and with God. And also about taking care of your body so that your body is getting nourished properly. Because also we have the Ace of Wands for you. And the Ace of Wands is about new resources or energy, a new path that involves something creative. Like maybe, see, there's Ace there. Maybe, I don't know, I want to say teaching. I don't know why I want to say teaching. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So whatever it is you're doing, there's some money involved, but you don't necessarily chase after stuff. You kind of like wait and see and plod along, and maybe someday you'll do it, maybe someday you won't. What I'm telling you is don't hesitate on whatever opportunities are coming to you, because they could be very profitable. Money comes up tonight for a lot of people. And Tina, I hope that makes sense for you too. Tony, Mary, is Tony still here? Or has he crossed? I'm thinking he's still here. If you're still here, Mary. Is there anybody else who has a question or wants a mini reading or anything before I go? I don't even know what time it is because I don't wear a watch. It is 8:27. Dang, the time goes quick. Time flies. Yes, Mary, you're Tony. Don't touch the table. That's what I thought. Okay, because what I was seeing was your relationship with Tony deepening somewhat. I don't know why I want to say that. Like, it's almost like you're recommitting to each other. I can't while I'm on live. Or is it important? Wait a minute. Hold on, folks. Okay, I didn't ask you this live because I think it was a little too late, but I wanted to ask you if one of my grandparents recently passed yesterday morning. I'm sorry if this is a... No, you're not a bug. Yeah, but so the relative that passed... No, not at all, Lori. The relative that passed, Casey, if you could tell me their name, I'd appreciate it. Lori, did you want a mini reading? Dang, me and this table. We got to do something about this table. And you don't have to go messenger. Just tell, put it in the comments about the grandparent that died. We know Debbie and Alice, if I'm not mistaken. So, and if you would prefer not, I will answer you later. So, Lori, yes, please. Okay. Because frankly, Casey, we're running out of time a little bit. Lori, we have the moon coming up, and the moon is all about balancing that wild and domestic. I know you got a house full of animals. So it's about staying in balance with everything and making sure that you are emotionally stable, because if you're not emotionally stable, there's chaos reigns, and nobody likes chaos. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is about making sure that you're smart with your money, making sure that you're standing in your authority. If you deserve a raise, ask for it. Sorry, Sarah. If you need a bank account or a savings account, go get one. Don't wait for anybody. This is all about you and your financial maturity. And then we have the... Why did I see? Okay, when I pulled this out, I saw two people sitting in that throne. I don't know why. Thank you, Christine. It's the King of Wands, which is about creating magic, about creating anything you want, because his staff, notice that it's even growing things. And so take that fire and passion of yours and turn it into something that nobody expects. Because you have, Casey, Lori, sorry, this is for Lori. You have, why was I reading Casey? Lori, I'm going to start all over. I apologize. I am going to start over because I saw your name and I saw someone else's face. So this one is for Lori, not Casey. That happens occasionally. Okay, Lori. The Wheel of Fortune comes up. The Wheel of Fortune is generally, all things come in cycles. They go up, they go down, finances go up, they go down, but generally this means good times are ahead, especially good financial times. So now is the time to consider an investment or to consider taking your mad money and running to the casino, whatever it is you I'm not saying buy a lottery ticket. I'm not saying waste your money. I'm saying now's the time that you can, it's a more favorable aspect to make more money. And then we have the Hermit, which is about coming out of your hidey hole, making sure that you connect with people, making sure that your light is shining bright so that you're there for others and they know it. And then we have the Hierophant, which is about on one hand, it's connecting with spirit, but in a very specific way. And it's say the ritual of prayer, the ritual of meditation, the ritual of hot in here, connecting with spirit or the divine or the God of your choice, through going to church, connecting with other people, teaching other people. So being change of fortune, making sure you get out more, making sure you're available for people. Making sure you're available for people. So that I would say that there's probably people that need you that you've been maybe neglecting lately. The Wheel of Fortune says they still love you. The Wheel of Fortune says now's the time to invest if you want to. Invest something, not the whole wad, obviously. So, Lori, I hope that makes sense for you. I do see things are turning up, believe it or not. So, is there anybody else with anything else? So Casey got the bonus reading of the night. Greedy little bugger, isn't she? So it is Birdie. Birdie wants to know if there is anyone I'm hearing Frank say, I'm always here. You just have to listen. Just have to kind of notice when he's there and when he isn't. Yes, Laurie, you may certainly contact me privately. I have no problem with that. Frank is surprised sometimes because he knows you hear him, but you won't admit it, Birdie, if that makes sense. I hope so. Hey, Stephanie. Lori, when you contact me privately, we'll talk about that. This may be late into the live, but I just had grandma pass away. Okay, so is Jordan's grandma here? Okay. What I'm hearing, Jordan, is that she's saying, I never miss anything as far as you're concerned. I'm getting the feeling that, sorry about the table, folks. I'm getting the feeling that you were probably close to her favorite grandchild, and everything you do is of interest to her, so she's there for everything. I hope that makes sense. And to take some time to sit and meditate, I know you know how to do that, and start your own conversation with her. I know. Actually, I like the sound of the train. It's about 2 blocks away, and I actually enjoy the train. So, I like it a lot better than the jets that go overhead at 6 o'clock in the morning. We live next door to a Air Force base. It's fun. So, I thank you all for being here. I really enjoyed it. The time went, as always. Good, Jordan. As always, the time goes very, very quickly, and I love being here with you, and I'm glad you like being here with me too. It gives me a chance to practice and stay in touch with all my old friends and my new ones too. So thank you so much. You everybody be well, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.